Hi everyone, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. If you're a previous subscriber, welcome my baby dinosaur. I'm so happy to have you. And so, before we begin, I just want to say a few things. So my shirt came in from packaging, and I finally got it from the manufacturer. It says woke and spiritual. So if you guys like this shirt, let me know. I will be putting a link in. You can just contact me if you guys, if it's a very popular shirt and you guys do like it. I will be making more. I will be launching my first store, so you guys can have hundreds of selections of what you like. And then, yeah, so you guys have been asking me about a donation link. And so if you guys want to donate, you'll find it in the description below. Or you can go to my channel page if you're on a computer. To the top right corner that says donations. Or if you're on a mobile phone, you just go to my About and you'll find a little highlighted blue and it will say donation. You can donate there. Alright. Anyway, the winner of the name is Baby Dinosaur. So you guys are my baby dinosaurs. So welcome, my loves. Anyway. So I just want to say a few things. I will be going live with Lola from Gothangelik on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I hope to see you guys there. I'll put the link in the description below for her channel. For November 2nd at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be going live with Lola from Gothangelik, Kim from Intutiview, and Debbie, Freebird Spirit. And so we'll be doing that. We'll be doing electoral college right before the election. So we'll be giving you the electoral college map. And then if you guys like my introduction in this video, let me know in the comments below. I would really appreciate it. If you don't see an introduction, that means I didn't do something right. Anyway, try to share this video. Try to get the news out. I want to try to hit 1,000 stubs so that I can have a community page and be able to interact with you through the community page, but I haven't necessarily worry about the comments. And so, hope to see you guys there. So, now for the main purpose of this video is about the vaccine. I know somebody had asked about the vaccine, but before we begin, I do want to say for entertainment purposes only. And with that being said, let's get right into it. Okay. Spirit, tell me. Okay. Let me just, smoke the air a little bit, just so we get something nice and going here. Send some cleansing energy. So yeah, I will be going live randomly, sporadically every week. So if you happen to be on when I'm live, then that means you're meant to join my channel and then just live stream. So maybe you're meant to have a certain message be told to you if you're on at that specific time. If not, don't worry about it. It means you weren't destined to have a personal reading or were not able to hear that message yet. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more content. Alright, Spirit. Whew, it's hot down here. Spirit, tell me. Okay, that might help you guys. Alright, Spirit, tell me. What's the card that represents the vaccine? What is the card that represents the vaccine? We have America. So the card that represents the vaccine is America. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay, Spirit, tell me. What is it that we need to know about this vaccine? Okay. What is it that we need to know about this vaccine? I hope you guys can see this. There you go. Might be easier. Okay. What do we need to know about the vaccine, Spirit? Tell me. What is it that we need to know about the vaccine? Okay, so here we have if you look closely, this is somebody who's, okay, that should help you a little bit. Oh, okay. So if you look here, this is somebody who's giving it to the wrong person with justice on this side, right? So what I see here is that, what they're doing with the vaccine is that these are the poor people, right? These are the people who can't afford the virus, but these are the rich people. And they're getting all the luxury of having this vaccine being openly available to them, but not the poor people. So it's being wrongfully done, and you can clearly tell because when this card came out also together. And this is corrupt government for me. And so what you're seeing here is that if you want a vaccine and you want to live, well, you have to have money in order to live, which is very rude. I don't find that very encouraging. Now, the vaccine indeed has been made, because the decision, these are like people who, this is somebody who's very indecisive, doesn't know what way to go, but the decision has been made. So there's something around this vaccine that the decision has been made, and this does happen. And so we have an end of a cycle, rebirth, a new beginning, but then we have here, and this normally means like a new leader. And so what this is telling me is that they want to try to make sure that this leader does not get in. And so that's why the leader's in reverse. Because this is around the world, and a new leader. And so they don't want this person, this country, to keep leading. And if you see here, there's an eagle, and so that could represent America as a country. One of those big countries that were like superpowers. America's not leading. This is the first time since imperial ages that the world had never looked to the United States for leadership. And so this is the card that represents the world, and therefore they're looking for a new leader to fill that role that America cannot. And so that's really interesting, yeah. And this is 45, so this is all about 45 and his handling of the virus. And a lot of countries around the world do not feel like they can even look to the United States to lead them in the campaign against this virus. They're unsure about what's going to happen. They're almost like this is G5 or something along this line, G7, how many countries there are. And so what you're just telling me here, no, actually this is G8, that's what I just got. And so these are all 8 countries who are looking, but their future is so bleak because they cannot even look for the leader. They can't look to the United States for guidance and help. And so they're looking to something else, something new. And yeah, so there's a new beginning here. So the United States may no longer be that superpower, and someone may very well take over. And so we very well could possibly see a new either this could be a new beginning in the White House, because we do have a new beginning. And then this is the White House. And so if you look here now, this is the world, and there's no new leader, but there's 45. Then here we have the future is unknown, but a new beginning is on the horizon, and it's a new White House. And so there's almost like, to me, right here, there's just like a possibility of a brand new, 2 different diversion paths that the United States can go towards. We can go to the idea that Trump won't be able to keep his allies, and allies will have to look to someone else if he was to win this election. And if Biden was to win, they will look more towards his leadership and what to expect. Yeah, so they want a new leader. They're looking to someone new. So this is my new leader card. This is the coronavirus card, and this is not like retreat, but they're not retreating yet. They want this new leader, but if the new leader does not come to fruition, they will end up retreating from the United States and become allies. Yeah, so there's a decision being made. This is an election, and so they're waiting for this election to happen with 45. With this new leader. And as you see here, we have the leader here, we have the coronavirus, we have a decision, so this is the election, and then we have 45 here. And so those are going to be the 2 big factors. What we do see here is that this is somebody who's making an agreement, who's a transfer of power or union. And so they're making a union with the Democrats. If the Democrats win the White House, they will look toward the Democrats for leadership. But it's going to come at a cost. So some countries very well could break away. So like Saudi Arabia and China, stuff like that. Or Russia, perhaps. And so they may very well try to fight to make sure that this president does stay in. But at this point, this is like the Democratic Party kind of card. And so this is a woman who is a Queen of Cups. And she has the lid on top. There's a lid on top of the cup. This is the only card in the deck that has a lid on the cup. And so what this tells me is that she will get it under control. Yeah, there's a lot of wishes. There's a lot of things at stake in this election. There really is. And so, yeah. there's a union. This is my Kamala Biden card. And so there's a lot of stake if Kamala and Biden do not get in. But there will be a transition. Is it a transition? Is it a rebirth? And so what it's telling me is that this vaccine is coalescing around this entire election. What happened will determine who will win the presidency. And also, what it also says is that not only that, but also what happened prior to this election. So that's really interesting. And this is all about the vaccine. And so this is the high priestess. And so what I'm seeing here is that this is a woman who stands her ground, knows right from wrong, sees all the death, what's occurring, but all the good that can come out of this vaccine. When you see in the back, there's some sunflowers, but it's unsure what it is. And that is all the militia, the right-wing nationalists, QAnon, all of them, just right behind her. Now, if you can look through all that, you'll find her. And her is the vaccine. And so you need to be able to trust her that she has the legal document and that this is approved by standards and whatever standards they follow, but this is legitimate. It's meant for the benefit of humankind. It's not like meant to hurt you. But this is the voters. This is up to the voters. It's a legal document, a binding contract, that if you take this vaccine, you will indeed be okay, but it comes at a cost. And what that cost is really what it's saying here is that, hold on, let me ask for clarity on that. Yeah, so you gotta be careful because it comes at a cost. So if you take it too soon, you can see some symptoms being hidden. Or the one that also, what it's also telling me is that when you take this vaccine, they don't know what the effect they're going to have in your body in the long term and the short term. And therefore, you have to take a risk. And if you don't want to take that risk, then you won't get these symptoms, but you potentially could die of COVID. So you do have a choice here that you need to make. And this is all the other health problems that are unknown with this vaccine. And what they're doing is they're looking to the past and how, like, I'm seeing this as the influenza disease and how the U.S. handled the influenza disease and how they went about it. And they're basically using that as a stepping foot for how to handle the COVID crisis. But right now, there's so much bipartisan in, like, around the world and so much, like, misinformation about this virus that it's almost unlikely that we will have this vaccine anytime soon. And also, not only that, because I did mention that this was the influenza disease. And at the same time the influenza disease came, this was also at the same time World War I was happening. And so this also not only represents the influenza, but also World War I and the major effect it had on the disease because it spread it worldwide. And then here we have the vaccine. And so this is basically, what it's telling you is that they're basically using the same protocol that they did in 1918, and how they were able to manage the pandemic, the influenza pandemic, and how they were able to be successful at it. Now, the flu is still around today currently, but it's not as deadly. And when people say, oh, well, it's not as deadly as the flu. Well, the flu is like what? We managed to get it under control, but we still have it, and people still die from it. Yeah, so they're still fighting. They're using this as an excuse. Just almost like an excuse not to wear a mask or something like that, or to argue with people over stupid facts. That's not even really morally true or accurate. Okay. Let's see. Alright. Now, someone wanted to know when we will get the vaccine. So, Spirit, tell me. Okay, so we have the new leader. So, this is someone new. A new leader coming in. This is like almost like my Dr. Fauci card. This is the energy that I'm getting from that. Okay. Then we have here. Yeah, so he's looking. His analyst and what he's using. He's analyzing the pandemic from 1918, and so he's using that as a way to try to figure out what it is that he needs to do to help people. And so he's looking to the past to help the future. Okay, Spirit, tell me, when will we get this vaccine? Okay, when we will get this vaccine. Okay, so we have something being offered. And then the first card the first word I kept hearing when I saw the card was Russia. And so it's being offered by Russia. It's currently in the works. But if you take it, it's going to do some detrimental damage. It can potentially put you at risk of poverty. And so that's not good. That is not good. We do have here, this is normally like my Hillary card or Nancy Pelosi or something along those lines. However, this is kind of like the Fool card. Like my type of Fool card is, you're looking at a fish, but there's no water in it, just the fish. But if you look, it's reversed. And so this is normally somebody who is very emotional, but is balanced at the same time. So they have some emotional aspect to them, but this is what it feels like to me, that there's no emotion here. This is normally an emotional card because it's water. Water is emotion, but in this case, there's no emotion, but the energy that I'm getting. Yeah, because they want the money. That's all they're doing this for, that they want the money. They're not doing it for the, help people. They're doing it for money. But there will be judgment. And the first word that I thought when I pulled this card was COVID. And so there's judgment with the COVID result. But there's a lot of misinformation about the vaccine. So there's a lot of potentialities of when it can come out. Like I'm seeing like March or May. But it's unknown right now. There's too many variables, too many misinformation about this vaccine that it's almost undeniably too difficult to say when it's coming out. And this is the Hanged Man. And this is normally somebody who had the sun underneath their head, so they're probably the third eye is open, but the rest of the body is being hung because the body is not in alignment. But now this is upright and this is reverse. And so what this is telling me here is that you won't feel like a hanged man if you wait just long enough. And I see here that this is the sun. And normally the sun kind of represents like springtime and stuff like that. So I'm predicting somewhere around the spring. And now I don't do prediction. I know you just said prediction. I meant I don't give you the likeliest outcome. This is just for entertainment purposes only. Just so you guys know. But based on what I've seen in the card, it appears that it might be May or March. It will restore balance if you wait just long enough. And it's kind of like an April card. Kind of see like all the April shall bring May flowers. Yeah, kind of like that type of thing. Like May or April or March type kind of feel. But also if we get our act together and we manage to do it very well, I could see a February. Because this is like the red here, and it kind of like give me like a February vibe. There's a lot of problem with this virus though. Like there's too many countries with too much COVID and too many different results with the vaccine. And it's almost unlikely that we're going to find one anytime soon. Now they're going to try to offer you something that's not going to really move anyone forward. So they can offer you almost like a placebo. And they see, okay, is it really just a mental thing that people think they're sick? Or is it more like they're actually sick? And so they're gonna offer people a placebo. And it appears that the placebo is victorious. These people think they're healthier, and because they're healthier, so think about it. What you think, you manifest, right? So if you're thinking that you are better and you're healthier, you're going to be manifesting you to be healthier. And that is how powerful your mind is. And so almost like they have found like the cure, and the cure is nothing. The cure is just basically the mind, and the mind can cure almost practically anything if you put it in the right mindset. Yeah, but a lot of these people are going to find out a lot about this news and that it's a placebo, and they're going to flat out refuse it. What I'm also getting here is that this is also people who believe, like, the New World Order, or, like, what's it called, the QAnon, there's those type of conspiracies that, they're going to refuse. That these are, like, anti-vaxxers, people who don't believe in vaccinations or stuff like that. Now, I'm not encouraging, I'm not endorsing vaccination. However, that's what I'm getting from that card. And it will have a very successful outlook. And now again, this is a rainbow. There's people outside. So I assume by this point, lockdown and quarantine will be over. This will be like around June. So when everybody takes it, it'll be less likely on lockdown. So that'll be good. We'll be out and about. families will come back together. There'll be more of an abundance of money, taxes, and stuff like that. And so I do see that there. However, a lot of people feel constricted, and I feel like this is also referring to the stimulus package and the unemployment benefits and stuff like that, is that they are being heavily taxed, but they don't know it yet. They don't know how much they're going to be taxed come April. A lot of people are going to have to be forced out of their home because they cannot afford to pay those taxes that they owe to the United States government. So there's a lot of eviction coming very soon. Yeah, the reason why all this is happening is because they want the money. That's all they care about. They're going to steal the home, they're going to renovate it, and then they're going to sell it to people who are more likely to be able to pay and afford for higher price for lower quality homes. But justice will indeed be served, so some of these people may very well have a lawsuit saying, well, it's not right, we lived in a time of crisis, a national crisis, and therefore we cannot leave, you can't push us out, because that would be morally wrong. But it doesn't feel like it will be victorious, though. Like, it's a potential, it can be, but the future is unknown with that. It's going to be a struggle to kind of push through a lot of these economic hardships that a lot of these people are going to experience. But America will start to see a more like a revival of the economy that it once saw under the first 2 years of Trump. So I do see a revival here, but again, this is like a capital card, and so this is the mother looking at her coin, and that's all she really cares about. And so I do see here is that once this pandemic is over, they're going to go right back to the way everything were, pretending like as if the COVID-19 did not happen. But if you see here, there's a lot of plans, and what that's telling me is that a green revolution is about to occur, but they don't know it yet. Could have turned a blind eye. And yeah, it's the green revolution. Something's new beginning. It's something. If they refuse to acknowledge that the green revolution is happening, there's gonna be a tower moment. Yeah, it's something new. It's being handed over. They're gonna try to fight. They're gonna try to fight this green revolution. It's been manifested by a lot of people that they want this new green movement. A green revolution is basically where you go economically green and stuff like that. They're currently looking, a lot of these corporations are currently looking at their status and how it really benefits the earth. Because a lot of people are going to refuse. A lot of them are going to have to go out, and what I'm getting here is that these are zombie companies, and zombie companies are really like companies who should have been out of business, but they're being propped up by the government to save the economy, even though it's costing taxpayers millions and billions of dollars every year. And so there will be victory along the way, but it comes at a cost of their environment if they choose to succeed. But something new will come, or be handed over, almost like handed over to the new revolution, and people around the world will be very happy that they finally achieved what they always wanted to achieve in the 1960s, and that was the Green Revolution. And as you see here, this person is surrounded by a lot of green. They have a little bit of pentacle in their hand, but they're looking ahead, and they have a good heart on their shoulder, and they're not really necessarily looking down at the pentacle, but they're looking down at the earth. And that's more significant than when we first began. Then now something's off the throne. There's betrayal here. So this is my Biden card. So this is Biden, but Biden is here that Biden's off the throne at this point. There's a betrayal. Maybe he might have something with a heart, not necessarily a heart attack. I don't wish harm upon him. But there may be some health issues that may arise. Yeah, it's going to be very hard for him to continue. There may potentially be something occurring around this point in time. The nation will need strength. At this point, you will see that this is like almost like a Kamala Harris with the nation, trying to calm the nation. That she can indeed be a strong leader, just like Biden was. But a lot of people feel betrayed, and that some people are going to walk away. Some people are going to walk away because they lost a new leader. And some people may very well start drinking because they're worried what the future holds after Biden. But there will be a new leader at this point. The voters, these are people who are voting. This is a legal contract. So I'm seeing here that someone new will step in. someone new will step in, so they're signing the contract. This is the person's wish to become president. It's been decided, which we already know that will be true because she is the next in line of the succession if Biden were to win. Yeah, I know this is like kind of like pen card, but in this case, this is a VP slot. And so what that would tell me is that the decision has been made that Kamala Harris is indeed next in line for the VP pick. But she's going to be very upset that almost like the cycle of the Biden-Harris administration had come to an end, and she was now ready, and now she had to step into the limelight in the world, and she will be the next world's leader. So she will be the world's leader. And here she is on the throne. So that's interesting, right? Then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Tower moment. So it is quite a crazy read that we just read. So I do hope you guys enjoy it. Hi. I do hope you guys enjoy it. And comment what you think about this video. I know that, you know, in some of the readings, I have been doing a lot of live streams lately, but I will be starting my videos again because I do love you guys and I do want you guys to be a part of every aspect of this channel. This is your channel. This is our channel. So, yeah, I have active reflect. But, anyway, I appreciate you guys, and I love each and every single one of you. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you guys 100%. Love you.